You ever notice how easy it is to break promises to yourself? You'll cancel on your goals like it's no big deal. Hit snooze, skip the gym, quit halfway through a plan, and no one even calls you out. Because no one sees it, except you. And that's the dangerous part. Because when you keep breaking your own word, you slowly stop trusting yourself. You stop believing in your own potential. You start saying things like, "I'm lazy," or "I always mess up," when deep down, you're just tired of letting yourself down. But what if you flip the script? What if you became someone who keeps their word not to others, but to yourself? Let's talk about how to actually do that. Not perfectly, just powerfully. Let's go. Here's the truth nobody tells you. The promises you make to yourself are the most important ones in your life, because they shape how you see yourself. Every time you say you'll do something and don't, it's not just about that task. It chips away at your self-belief. It confirms the story in your head that says you can't follow through. And eventually, your brain starts to expect you to quit. But here's the flip side. When you say you'll do something and you do it, even the smallest win builds confidence. You start seeing yourself as someone who shows up, not because it's easy, not because it's fun, but because your word means something. That's real power. Now, let's talk about why it's so hard to keep those promises. You know what you want. You know what you should be doing. But when it's time to act, your mind gives you an exit route. I'll start tomorrow. I've had a rough day. This one time won't matter. But it does matter. Because every time you break your word, you're voting against your future self. The hard part isn't doing the work. It's pushing through that tiny decision point where most people give up. Discipline doesn't mean grinding 24/7. It means winning that 5-second window where your comfort wants to win. That's where the promise lives. That's where the change happens. The biggest mistake people make is thinking they need motivation to keep going. You don't. You need structure. You need identity. You need a system that makes following through automatic. Here's how to build that. Start small, like embarrassingly small. Don't promise yourself a 2-hour gym session every day if you haven't moved in weeks. Promise 5 push-ups. Promise 1 healthy meal. Promise writing 1 sentence in your journal. Keep it so small you literally can't fail. Because when you keep those tiny promises, you're laying bricks. And one day you'll look up and realize you've built consistency. Then link your promise to identity. Stop saying, "I'm trying to be healthy," and start saying, "I'm someone who doesn't skip workouts." Stop saying, "I want to read more," and say, "I'm the type of person who reads daily." Your brain wants to stay congruent with your identity, so give it one worth protecting. And if you mess up because you will, don't throw the whole plan away. One missed day doesn't mean you failed. It means you're human. What matters is how fast you bounce back. Don't make the mistake twice. Forgive yourself and return to the promise. You know why most people never reach their potential? Because they only keep their word when they feel like it. But your future doesn't care how you feel. It only responds to action. The people who grow the most are the ones who show up regardless. Not perfectly, not with hype, just consistently. And that consistency creates momentum. And momentum becomes identity. So, here's your challenge for the next 7 days. Make one promise to yourself, one small thing, and do it. Track it, honor it, show up like it matters because it does. And when you prove to yourself that your word means something, something inside you changes. You stop needing external motivation. You stop negotiating with your excuses. You just show up because that's who you are now. And that's the shift. That's how you break the old cycle. That's how you become the kind of person who trusts themselves again. You don't need more hacks. You don't need more hype. You just need to keep the promise. So choose one. Start today. And make your word unbreakable. If this hit you at the right time, subscribe. Because this channel is for the ones who are done talking and ready to build. One small promise at a time. Let's grow.